Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. There's one show on Cartoon Network that I think is extremely underrated, and that show is We Bare Bears. Because when you look at Cartoon Network today, most people talk about the good shows being The Amazing World of Gumball, Steven Universe, and Adventure Time, and then most people talk about the really bad shows being all of the reboots, Teen Titans Go, Ben 10, Powerpuff Girls, right? Then people never really talk about We Bare Bears, and We Bare Bears isn't really on Cartoon Network anymore. They don't really air reruns of We Bare Bears. Like, personally, I think We Bare Bears is a pretty good show. It has cool storylines, interesting characters, and it's honestly pretty entertaining. But it's never on Cartoon Network anymore. I used to watch it when it was reran on Cartoon Network. When they would have reruns of We Bare Bears, I would tune into it. I remember a couple of summers ago, they had We Bare Bears on every morning from like 9 to 10. And I would tune in from 9 to 10 and watch some We Bare Bear episodes. And that was back when season 1 was the only season, so I've seen every episode from season 1. But now, it's never on anymore. So I remember last summer and the previous summer before that, I went on Cartoon Network in the morning when I woke up. I was like, oh, what's on Cartoon Network today? Is there We Bare Bears on like the previous summers? And no, they didn't have We Bare Bears, so I haven't seen much of seasons 2 and seasons 3. But I mean, why don't they air We Bare Bears ever? Why do they only air it when there are new episodes on? Because for me personally, I don't really watch Cartoon Network when they're premiering new episodes. The only episodes I really keep on top of when they're coming out are Amazing World of Gumball, Adventure Time, and Steven Universe. The other shows, I just try to watch them, when I can or whatnot. Like OKKO, I watch. I've been watching every episode of that, but I've fallen behind as of late. But I feel like We Bare Bears is that one show that it's like no one ever talks about it. Cartoon Network doesn't really give it any attention, and it's actually pretty good. And I mean, I feel like if it was a show that say was on when Cartoon Network was like, let's say in its golden age, when it had all these great shows on, and it was a show during that time, I feel like it would be getting much more attention. But because that Cartoon Network doesn't really have a lot of great shows right now, and they have a lot of really bad shows right now, and it's just the network's a mess right now. Because of all of that, I feel like We Bare Bears is kind of shoved to the side, and people don't talk about it, and it doesn't get the spotlight it deserves because it's actually a good show. I mean, Clarence also, I mean, that's another show that doesn't really get a spotlight, but I mean, Clarence, I feel like Clarence is okay. It's not bad. It's not amazing, though. I mean, some episodes I found interesting, but I mean, I feel like We Bare Bears, there hasn't really been one episode where I'm like, wow, this is a horrible episode. I mean, every episode has quality into it, and they actually try to make a cool little storyline in 11 minutes. I mean, hopefully next year when Clarence leaves and when Adventure Time leaves, We Bare Bears will kind of enter the spotlight and start to be played more often on Cartoon Network because they have two shows leaving in Adventure Time and Clarence. And right now, Clarence is part of the everyday lineup they have on their channel. So maybe when Clarence goes, We Bare Bears can take its place in the lineup. But I mean, there are new shows coming, so they may be taking Clarence's place. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.